All right. Hello, everyone. This is Diamond Rivera of the Live Discussions with Diamond podcast, all the way from New York City. And today we have a very special episode. But before we get started, this episode is sponsored by Dubachata Radio, where you can listen to this interview live in high quality. As well, check out dubachataradio.com for any and all bachata music. All right, today, people, we have a very special guest, a person I've known for many years thus far, all the way from the New Orleans area, a place that I call home for many years since 2010. Everyone that I've met from New Orleans has made a lasting impact in my life. So, having the platform that brings artists from that place and that area representing means so much to me. And today we have all the way from New Orleans, the one and only Genaro, NAYO, Gutierrez.
What an intro.
And that was off the top. Off
Right?
My brother,
What's
man.
going on, people, man? This is fun. This is exciting. Super excited to be here. Let's get started, man. I love it.
Absolutely. I mean, for me, as we've talked as well privately, how much this means for both of us. I mean, seeing you over the years dancing, even with the group you used to have called the Social Crashers, really traveling to some of your favorite socials and bringing that New Orleans flavor at the same time. I mean, what I loved is that it was a genuine movement. It really brought really us dancers together, meeting people from different places, but then also you having the ability from that creating your own socials throughout the years. But being a person again representing New Orleans, but also representing Honduras, is an awesome thing. So I'm really thankful that I can have you on the platform.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it,
Absolutely,
man. It's a good time, man.
absolutely. And as always with my platform and my guests, I always love to take it back and realizing wanting to really know where everything starts from, and realizing how much to New Orleans has such a rich culture, but talking to the artists that are from there, giving us an understanding of what life is like. So, I mean, really, Gennaro, let's take it way back. And who was Gennaro before, Clips by NAYO and, the dancer we know now?
Man, who was I? Woo! Man, we could spend the whole hour just talking about that. But nah, man, honestly, before Clips by Nayo, before the salsa dancing and all that, I was just a college kid, man, just wild and just going out bars, just living a college life, studying, working, going out on weekends. I mean, there's no secret. I'm a wild boy, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, that's what I was, man. But yeah, no, I always wanted to be a part of something and dabble into something, and I just didn't know what, man. I always knew I wanted to do something, just didn't know what, man. And before all that, like I said, I know backstage, I used to rap, to produce, I used to break dance. I do remember the closest thing to salsa at that time was I was doing Cuban style with my mom, but that wasn't like, all I know was, the basic step on Cuban. That's it. I didn't know none of the turns. And just knowing that, I thought I was a beast. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, I got this. It ain't nothing.
It's funny too, Niall. I'm sorry to cut you off, but when you talked about Cuban salsa, me going there to New Orleans for years, I realized how amazing the Cuban dance community was and how influential. I mean, I have to give a big shout out to Aurelio. I mean, that dude I've known of years of New Orleans. People talk about and how he was really one of the originals artists that bring the type of art form. So definitely big shouts out to Aurelio and the New Orleans dance community. But of course, keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Speaking of Aurelio, I'm glad you brought him up. He was actually my first instructor ever. Like ever. Like when my boys were talking about, hey, we're going salsa dancing or we're going to salsa class, And I went. He was the first one, and we did Cuban. I started off with Cuban style. You
Wow.
know,
I
yeah,
mean, not just you got Dejan. I mean, you got
yeah,
some dancers that I know who their first kind of steps into the salsa world in a sense was really through Aurelio. I mean, from the Cuban salsa and seeing salsa, bachata, then come afterwards. But, as well, like you said, working with Aurelio yourself.
nah, man, he's a good dude, man, and he definitely helped me out a lot. I had a lot of questions, and he was open and willing to help me. After class, he didn't mind staying a couple minutes after to help me. So he's a really good dude, man, and homage to him, man. Like he really helped me, open my eyes to a bigger dance community. So shout
Oh,
to
yeah.
him.
Absolutely. So, my question to you now is, of course, you being a college kid and like you said kind of the Cuban salsa was your first kind of steps in. What
Hmm.
was your first kind of social mixer like for you? Or for I would say not even that, before I even ask that, for people who are not understanding of what like the New Orleans dance community is like or was like when you first started. Can you kind of give people an understand like me being there close to over 10 years on and off? I've been able to understand that in New Orleans, you had specific places. There's certain hot spots or nightclubs that got their Latin nights, but then you have certain places that are designated really just like salsa classes or and
Right.
bachata came much later. But I mean, from your understanding, help
Yeah.
people understand.
All right. Well, for me, when I first started, again, when I started taking, even before that,
Mm.
my Latin spot, the only Latin spot I will go to is Moe's, right?
Most Malay.
So if you don't, for people who don't know what Moe's is, it's definitely a Latin spot, but it's not your typical. It's not like a social. Moe's is literally a bar, restaurant, and turned into a club at night. And you will play your salsa, your bachata, your merengue, but then you'll play a bunch of trap, a bunch of reggaeton, a bunch of hip hop. So before all that, I was going to that. That was probably the closest to anything to Latino I was getting to, right?
Mm.
Salsa will come in and I'll be sitting down. Bachata, I'll keep it basic, okay. Merengue,
Yeah.
didn't even touch that. You know what I'm saying? But when the hip hop came on and the trap came on, oh, I was, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
All
wow.
right. So fast forward from that, I was taking salsa classes with Aurelio, and
Yeah.
I would take whatever I would learn to Mo's, thinking that was where it was. You know what I mean? Even before, because like I said, I was taking classes with him for maybe 2, 3 months.
Yeah.
And then within those 2, 3 months, I'll take my little basic steps and basically go to the club and show off. Everybody was like, ah. And like I said, this was nothing. Like literally, let me backtrack. It was nothing. I just knew my basic steps. Barely knew how to turn a girl. Left turn, right turn, and that was it. And I thought I was like amazing.
Man,
Oh man, it was
it's amazing.
bad.
You bringing back Moe's. I mean, that's my fondest memories of when I go to New Orleans. Most people are like, all right, we're going to Moe's. Um,
That's the
and
spot.
you're right. Like I still remember you go in, you see the bars right there to your left, I believe, there's a stage
Yep.
and where you did the dancing area. And you got Moe's, you got Dragons Den, Mojitos, Silhouette at one
Yeah.
point. I mean, there's so many other places. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting.
Right.
Even
No.
like Salsa al Diente when they were in Baton Rouge area. Um,
Yeah.
so for me, it's like, especially me coming into New Orleans years ago, I wanted to make sure I was immersed with the community, understanding like what's the places they go to. I'm sorry, even dance quarter. How could I forget as well? Dance quarter.
Dance quarter.
Dance quarter for me was like the number one spot for me, and I love going
Yeah.
to, from the just
Yeah.
set up the mirrors everywhere, just the people. I mean, when the music's right, big shout out to Sergio, especially one of
Big
those
shout out.
people in our dance in New Orleans dance community. So, my question to you now: so, when did you, or how did the social crashers come about? Was that kind of while you were coming to socials more and more? Was this you started traveling and got that idea all together, or was it just a spontaneous moment?
Well, actually, man, it's crazy. The Social Crashers started. Big shouts out to Shun too. I know you watching.
Yeah.
The Social Crashers started with Shun coming from Mississippi, so he would travel from Mississippi to come dance here in New Orleans, right? And he told me he always heard of me from other people, but we never really got to meet
Yeah.
until a couple weeks or maybe a couple months later when we finally, got introduced. And yeah, man, and we just hit it off straight up, man. We introduced each other, and yeah, we're just tight, man. Just we got started conversing and all that, talking, and we were going to social, like mostly in the New Orleans, right? We'll go to LRIs, socials. We would go to when they were doing their socials at Eiffel.
Yes.
We would do like again, we'll always go back to Mo's. We would do dance quarter, and we just got real tight from there. And we were actually on our way to one of the Baton Rouge socials, one of Sarita socials in Baton Rouge, when she was hosting her socials at Elite Gymnastics.
Yeah.
And we were just riding, talking. We all talk about dance and stuff, and it just popped up. He was like, man, we always hanging out because we were like real tight at the time. And we're like, man, we always hanging out. We always, riding together, man. We should probably make this a thing, man. Like, and in my head, I'm like, I don't know, like a dance group or something. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, nah, man, let's do something different, man. Let's document everything and this, that, and the other. And I was like, yeah, I mean, that sounds pretty straight, and put a title to it. And we literally came up with the Social Crashers theme,
yeah,
which is basically just traveling and crashing socials. You know what I mean? That's all it was. That's all I was at first. And we literally came up with this whole theme on the hour drive to Baton Rouge, man. And we're just super excited. After that social, we got together. We talked about flyers and events and traveling here, then the other. And we had a good little run, man. We always in Houston. We were always in Dallas. We would go to the congresses and it was cool. We would interview people as well, and it was a good time, man. It was a good time.
That's awesome. I mean, that's a great way of networking, socializing, getting
Right.
to know different dancers and different artists, because for many people who don't know, and you're kind of in this lifestyle, it's fun, but it's also expensive. It's also,
Yeah.
And the thing is,
Yeah.
like, people have to understand, there's people like us that we're kind of on our calendars, really pinpointing what events we want to go to. I mean, that's kind of annual events that we love attending, and also getting to see the people we love, in a sense, even if it's for 3 to 4 days. I mean, those 3 to 4 days mean something. And also the memories that you leave with. I mean, from every dance that you have, every show that you saw, every workshop you took. I mean, for me, I loved seeing that with the Social Crashers, you and Shun traveling, representing also New Orleans and also Mississippi, but the South.
Yeah.
Bringing that hospitable nature everywhere you went. And I think that was really important. So the question I have, since through those experiences, what's one of your favorite congresses to attend?
Oh man, hands down, bro. It has to be Houston Salsa Congress, man. I started there, and I'm probably gonna end there, man. Like, that's hands down my favorite. This weekend I'm going to Miami, Batateando. I've been to Miami Salsa Congress before, the pandemic and all that.
Yeah.
And I was in Atlanta. The Congress is there. But no, hands down, man, seriously, it has to be Houston Salsa Congress, man. Everybody there was for my first time, which was in 2016, man. I'm just a baby. I'm just like little baby in the dance community, bro. And dude, the people in Houston, Casino Stars, shout out to Casino Stars, and all the other groups out there, Troy Anthony, like, they were all so like open arms, like, hey, welcome, come through, you know what I mean? And me not knowing nothing about nothing, I actually never been to Houston before. Like, before that, I never even thought about going to Houston. And my first time ever in Houston, it was at the Houston Salsa Congress. And Lou, I literally fell in love with Houston after that, man. I just shout out to Houston, man, and all the dancers out there, bro. Like they show a lot of love to me out there every time they see me, man.
Absolutely. So even now we're talking about congresses. Do you remember your first Congress, like your first official Congress, and what that experience was like for you?
Yeah, no, it was like I said, my first ever official Congress was Houston Salsa Congress, and we took a whole bunch of New Orleans dancers.
Yeah.
Me, Dejan, Josh, Riz, Chris. I'm not just throwing names out there, but yeah man, and we all we all just went out there, and it was just surreal to me because before then, I literally thought that salsa was just this little thing that Latinos did. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how big this thing was. I didn't know how serious this thing was until I took this just random, road trip because all my boys was doing it, and I didn't want to be the only one left out. Packed my stuff, scheduled off at work, and just took off to Houston, not knowing what to expect, man. Mm-hmm. And dude, it literally, like, honestly, I could really say it changed my life, man. It changed my life, honestly. Because before that, like I said, I was at the bars and the clubs, shooting my shot at these random girls who all they cared about was me buying drinks for them. Like it was whack, and dude, I got into this, man, and man, I never looked back, bro, honestly.
Absolutely. I mean, because like you said, it is different. It's a different world from going to Moe's or Dragon's Den or, what have it, and then going to a Congress. It's like a total different feel. I mean, at a Congress, you're expected more than likely you're going to be dancing with a lot of people at socials. And you're going to be partying and such as well. But I think, too, it's just the connections you make with different artists is really important. So now I would love for you to kind of expound on the creation of Clips by NAYO and how that was started.
All right. Yeah. Clips by NAYO, which is this bad boy right here. All right. So Clips by NAYO started a little bit after Social Crashers ended. I took a little break from just, doing any group thing or whatever. And I was like, well, I like what I did with the Social Crashers. So what can I do without taking that concept and just basically copying them? I was like, what can I do, to kind of brand because my thing was always not to make it about me. I never want to make it about me. I always want to make it about the community, right? So what Clips means, right? Hashtag Clips, because hashtags are the big thing on Instagram. That's how I started on Instagram. So Clips is just another term for me as memories. Like you see a lot of videos and dance videos on YouTube and the social pages that people just you got your people recording and you got your dancing and these amazing moments. And that's what I want to do. I wanted to start off really like that, just record amazing moments. Clips by NAYO, amazing either me dancing with somebody or recording someone dancing and just clipping that, keeping it in a memory. That's how and sharing it to the community. All of a sudden it started getting around, Chris Banana, people bought shirts and supported, and it was love, man. It was all love. It was just promotion. It was sharing. It was supporting. And, and now what I did, I took that thing and, brought it outside of New Orleans because it started in New Orleans. And, people are just showing love, man. You know what I mean? So it started off just clipping little memories, just, so I could share with everybody. And it's just turning into this thing that I had no idea, not even intended to. It just happened. People were like, oh, I want some merchandise, and and then from there, whatever money I made for the merchandise, I used for socials. And that's what it is, man. From the money I was getting from socials, I would use for better audio equipment, and that's what it is. I always wanted people to know where their money was going, because that maybe it was just me, but I want to I'm paying you for the social. I wonder what you're doing with my money. I don't know. It's just random to me. I always want people to know that your money is going to merchandise. Your money is going to better equipment, better sound, paying for the studio. That this is where your money is. It's never going to nothing personal. That's why I have a job, right? Your money is going to satisfy you. So if you want better better sounding audio,
Yeah.
that's where your money is going to. You know, you come to a social where I'm hosting and you see brand new speakers, that's where your money going to. So you can have a better time. I always want people to know that.
That's really amazing because again, you're really thinking like a genuine promoter, a genuine organizer. Because I mean, of course, people love coming to events that it's accessible, they feel comfortable, it's somewhere they can have a good time, but also in the back of the mind, as the event grows and there's more attendance and more money rolls in, you would assume that things will get upgraded. And
Right.
you said you thinking ahead really as the consumer before the person that is giving out the product. I mean, I love that you have that work ethic. I love that you think like that because that's what many of us think when we're
Yeah.
to these events. We want to see, hey, how can you improve? And I think that's really important. So now my question to you is, what was the feeling like creating now a social? Because you go from just a novice dancer to taking classes. Over time you have the social crashers, clips by NAYO. So what was that feeling like of now hosting your own event in your community?
Wow, man. Honestly, I was scared. I had no idea what to expect. I just looked at it as, okay, let me just look at it as I'm throwing a party, right? I'm just throwing a party. Hey, come through to my crib. We're gonna throw a party. We're gonna have a good time. That's it. I had no idea actually how much work it took. Organizing, promoting, making sure the audio is correct, making sure nothing goes wrong within that 3 to 4 hour, social.
Mm-hmm.
And I host bi-weekly socials with my girl Kelly Spell. Shout out to Kelly. And dude, it it really feels like work, honestly, man. Like
Yeah.
it's such a difference between going to a social, paying your fee, and just dancing, and then hosting a social, because you're literally working. I'm the DJ. Plus, I manage I help manage with the door. So my wife does
Yeah.
the door, but I help manage with that. Then I got to make sure everybody's dancing. I got to make sure everybody's happy. I got to make sure the bathroom's clean. I got to make sure So I'm literally doing everything. I gotta record everything. I gotta take pictures. I gotta talk. I gotta socialize. I gotta make sure I'm not repeating the same song over and over.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure the music is right. I gotta make sure I'm not playing a thousand bachatas and not enough salsas and versa. You know what I mean? So it's just like, hey, what's going on? You know what I mean? So so you really you're really working, but it's not like work like a 9 to 5 where you kind of
Yeah.
like, oh man, it's Monday. No, it's satisfying work, man, and just the happiness people have. Like, people are just so happy and grateful that you're hosting something and just get to dance. That to me is just it's worth the work that goes into hosting a social.
Yeah. I mean, and I really appreciate your transparency and helping people understand that, hey, making that transition from just a social dancer to now an actual organizer of an event, and making sure, because you take on so many jobs within that one job, because you have to make
Yeah,
sure everything is correct. Because I tell many people on this podcast, reiterating that as the quote unquote boss of the situation, um, what happens is it's easier for 10 personalities to deal with one person rather than one
yeah,
dealing with 10. So, you making sure, like you said, making sure your attendees are happy, making sure the music selection's good, making sure the bathrooms are straight, the money's right. And at the end of
yep,
the day, you want your people to feel great about coming back to your event safely, but also knowing that, hey, your money's actually being used wisely to
yeah,
give you more and more.
yeah.
So that's something I really appreciate, because in New Orleans, it deserves that. New Orleans deserves that because of its rich history. And my question to you now is, over the years, from maybe the different places that have had, from their Latin nights to New Orleans over the years, actually having events that were dedicated to salsa, bachata, kizomba, zouk, different events over the years. And then at a point now, New Orleans had the NOLA SPF. and actually New Orleans having their own event. What was that experience like for you when you found out that was happening?
Man, I was excited, man. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Because like I said, coming from a small city like New Orleans, we always have to travel, to Houston or New York or Orlando, Miami, just and having going to, other cities and having them represent and just enjoying their culture. Well, the NOLA SBF brought opportunity to New Orleans because we have a culture too, right?
Yeah.
People know about New Orleans. People know about Mardi Gras. People know about the gumbo and the crawfish and the seafood and the this and the that. But they don't know that we actually have a Latin culture here too, a Latin community, right? As far as dancing goes. So what Dejan and his team was able to accomplish, they were able to open the rest of the dance community up to, hey, maybe we should go to New Orleans. I mean, I'm not sure how many people thought about going to New Orleans to social dance. You know what I mean? Before, I mean, I'm sure there was, we have Rubia from New Orleans who represented. We have Troy from New Orleans who represented. LRI. We have so many people that so many OGs. You know what I mean? That went out and represented. But bringing people in, at least from when I started, it never happened. You know what I mean? So what Dejan was able to do was he just was able to, show the world that, hey, we have a community here too. Come see us. Come indulge in our culture. Come taste our flavor. You know what I mean? His favorite thing is the sauce. Come feel the sauce out here. You know what I mean? Cause we out here, man. You know what I mean? And what he was able to do and showcase was amazing. I went with my wife and had a great time, man. Had a great time. Got to hang out with all my people from Houston, all my people from Miami, all my people from New York. Shout out New York. You know what I mean? So it was a good time, man. It was a really good time. So that was awesome. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, because for me, I think that was really helpful to spread even more awareness about New Orleans, because I think too people realize is New Orleans community or the dance community, when they're coming outwears, in a sense of, like you say, you have to go to Orlando, you have to go to Houston, and you're bringing your vibe over there. People love it. So now actually having people come and see what New Orleans is all about, because again, and I'm going to be honest here, I tell a lot of people, most people ask me when I go to New Orleans, oh, the first thing is Mardi Gras. I tell them, please, Mardi Gras is every day. Mardi Gras.
Yeah, pretty man. We party, bro. We party here.
It's like, I guess people understand, like, I tell people, if you're a partier, it's great, but sooner or later, you're going to burn out. There's only so much you can do. But I love is that with the NOLA SBF, having it also a part of the community in a sense of bringing those people that attend your event and showing them around town. That was really important to see from the videos I saw, the photos of different people attending, actually seeing what New Orleans is about. Maybe not just from the Bourbon side, from Frenchman, maybe going to the Garden District. Like, there's so many different areas, like, and people don't understand. Like, for me, when I go, I travel. I just don't stay in the little areas. I go to Metairie, I go to Kenner, I go, Hanahan, I go, like, it's just different areas, because you realize you don't want to just centralize it to New Orleans, because there's so many people who, quote unquote, are from New Orleans, in a sense, are from outside coming
outside of New Orleans.
The thing is that I think Louisiana in general has so much to offer as well, with Salsa when they have those events. But over the years, just realizing how much New Orleans has been influential, not just in the salsa scene, bachata scene, but also the kizomba scene. People like Joshua Hernandez doing his work. People like Tina, and then really the list goes on. And so many dancers I've seen over the years and Peter, and just so many other people I've seen that have been really just pushing New Orleans and the awareness of it, and that showing, like, New Orleans, like you said, New Orleans is here. And for me, having this platform, having the opportunity to talk to artists like yourself that I know personally, but also seeing that you're doing something positive for your community, that's why I love having people like you on, because allowing you to tell your story so no
Yeah.
one else can tell it for you.
Honestly, and that's so real, man. And to be 100%, man, I almost didn't even start salsa, man, because like I said, going back to the beginning,
Yeah.
I was taking classes. I was in a real tough place mentally
Yeah.
at that time, and all my boys was taking salsa classes, and me,
Yeah.
like I said, I have that little Cuban thinking I was all that. So my boss was all like, "Yo, we taking salsa classes. You gotta come through. It's fun, blah blah blah." And me, I'm like, man, like, me thinking I was all that. I'm like, nah, man. Like, I already know salsa. I'm Latino. You know how it is when you first start. I'm Latino. I don't need all them classes, man. I got this. Whatever. So they kept bugging me about it. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me go try. I don't feel like staying in the house. I'm bored anyway. Let me just go try, man. Boy, did they show me up, man. I thought I knew salsa until I went to my first salsa class. I said, man, I don't know nothing, bro. But see, it humbled me, though. A much needed humbling,
Yeah.
right? So I was doing that. I was dancing, and my boy took me to New York for the first time. Never been to New York, right? Now, I'm somewhat dabbling in salsa by now. I'm still getting started, right? I went to the Houston Salsa Congress, had a blast, man. Had a blast. I loved it. Literally 2 weeks after that, my boss was like, "Yo, we're going to New York." I said, "Shoot, I'm down. Let's go." Right? He said, "We're gonna go." He took me to like I've been doing that concert. Whew,
Oh, you
this
talking
was,
about you and Riz?
yes,
Yes,
Riz.
yes, that's exactly.
Remember that? A long
Yes.
time ago. First time ever in New York. Betty was there. We're actually on the same plane together, actually. That was pretty funny. We wanted to get on the same plane. It was just out of nowhere.
Mhm.
So my first time in New York, we went to Aventura concert. After that, we go to, I think it was, what's the Saturday social there? Candela?
Salsa Mania.
Salsa Mania. We
Yeah,
went to
yeah,
Salsa Mania, bro. Man, dude, that when I went to that, bro, this is before I didn't even know what the heck Mambo or Onto was.
yeah. Mhm.
I'm still thinking Cuban, I'm just getting started on one linear. I'm just getting started on that
Yeah.
because I'm just fading away from Cuban. I was like, okay, I see this on one. This on one looks a little bit more fire than Cuban. Let me try this on one. So I was doing that. I went to New York thinking I was like, man, yeah, I'm about to show up. I'm about to show up for real. Man, tell me why nobody danced on one. At least not that night.
I'm sorry.
Nobody danced on one.
I'm sorry. No, don't get me
And
wrong. We do have an on-one community, but at Salsa Mania is that I've seen, there's not much.
bruh, it was humbling because, like I said, I came there with a big head anyway,
Yeah.
and I saw for the first time, besides Houston, I saw these amazing dancers, bro, amazing, and I was just like, my jaw was open the whole time. I was so I didn't even want to dance, bro. I didn't even want to dance. I was like, okay, so I finally, put everything. I mustered up everything. I was like, you know what? All right. I'm gonna ask somebody to dance. I'm not gonna come to New York for the first time ever, go to a social and not dance.
Yeah.
Do that. So I asked somebody to dance. It was terrible. It was so bad, bro. It was because I told her, I was like, I dance on one, and she was like, I'm not really good on one, but I'll try anyway.
Yeah.
She tried, but
We tried.
man, my on one was so trash, my guy. It was so trash.
So you
And
say there was no sauce.
bro,
There was no sauce in
yeah.
that.
Before all that, was so trash. And dude, and I just felt so bad, bro, because I was like, man, I'm working, I'm going to classes, and I come to New York and nothing. Literally everything I learned, I felt like it was for nothing. So I remember going to the bathroom. I don't think I have AC. It was freezing. It was in February. It was freezing. So the no AC, but the window was up, and I'm just looking out the window, man. This is a sad story, bro. Pity me, right? Looking out the window, bro, and I was like, bro, I'm done. I'm gonna go. I'm just, you know what? Screw this salsa crap, man. I'm done, bro. It's too much. I'm thinking, I'm like, but nobody wants to dance for me because, I guess I don't know, on two, whatever that was at the time, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just get a couple drinks. I'm done, man. I'm screw this. So I go back out and I see everybody dancing, and I was like, and it was kind of weird. I almost had like an epiphany or something. I was like, you know what? No, like, who are you to give up? Like, man, like,
Yeah.
why can they do that and I can't? What makes them better than me? What makes, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So long story short, man, I came back to New Orleans, bro, more determined than ever, bro. I was like, you know what? I'm not about to, I'm not about to let them show me up. So I came back. I came back and I asked. I'm like, man, what is this on two thing? I went to New York and what is on two? I want to know what that is. And I studied it. I practiced it and practiced it. Dude, I tell all my students this. I literally, when I first started getting into on two, bro, I literally went about 3 months. It took me about 3 months to really like started listening and patterning. 3 months without hip hop, without reggae, without pop. All I listened to was salsa. That's all I, for 3 whole months. I didn't want to listen to nothing else. Salsa. So I was determined, bro. I was so concentrated on learning how, because I never wanted to experience what I experienced in New York ever again, bro. That self-pity, that sadness, that that depression that I felt in New York when I didn't know what mambo was or on two was, because you know what I'm saying, and having everybody. I literally only danced one time with the. But she had to be like 78 years old, bro. Like one time in New York. So I'm like, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna learn what I learned. I'm gonna go back to New York and just kill it, bro. Kill it. And I need to go back to New York. I haven't been since then, but I need to go back to New York, and I'm just more determined than ever, bro. And that really just catapulted, where I am now, man. And all I want to do is dance on two. That's it. On two. That's it. You know what I mean?
And honestly, I can see definitely over the years your growth and progression, and even now with the event that you host in New Orleans. That I also want to say I appreciate that you are keeping safety a priority from the videos that I see.
Yes, sir.
So as well, really involving the community and also having people like Dejan and Chloe specifically as well, who run Tropic Vibe, being a part in the sense of, having those figures who are really kind of right now some key central figures in the salsa and bachata community, and really not even just, I would say they're representing New Orleans, and New Orleans is getting an even bigger look. And I definitely look forward to seeing the growth and progression of the New Orleans dance community, because I just see it going up from here. And realizing again that you're doing a lot of great things. So now I want to transition to our closing segment called the randoms, which is about 10 questions that allows myself and the audience to get to know you a little bit better. So my number one question right now is, if you could have one meal, what would it be?
Pizza. I love pizza.
Wow. Wow, that took me by surprise.
Yeah. What you expecting?
I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna say either a po' boy, you was gonna say something with green beans and rice, or something. I don't know. But you
know what? I don't know. I actually don't like po' boys, honestly, bro. It's the bread. The bread is just, I'm not with it, bro.
I don't, you know what? I get you. So if you're gonna say pizza, then what's your go-to?
All right, so my favorite spot is Domino's, and I always order. I'm a little cheap on the cheap side, bro. So I ordered the large 3-topping pizza from Domino's, man. I used to get pepperoni a lot, but man, I transitioned over to Italian sausage. Love Italian sausage, love it. Italian sausage, green pepper, and the last one I always mix between the onions or mushroom or spinach. So either or.
I like that.
That's my go-to.
All right. Next question is, if you could dance to one song only, what would it be?
Confianza, with by I love that. I love that song. Love that song. Just the energy.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, Los Adolescentes, that's my favorite dance group, my favorite salsa group anyway, man. I love their music. I always listen to them. Just something about the energy, and I got a chance to see them in Houston, man. It was awesome, bro. Like that's my group right there, man.
All right. Next question
Yes,
is, what's
sir.
your dream vacation destination?
Woo! I always wanted to go to either England or Paris, but if I had to choose between those two, it'd definitely be Paris. Definitely be Paris.
Nice.
Love it.
So what did Genaro want to be at 10 years old?
Wow. What did I want to be? I probably wanted to be a pilot because at that time every summer I would be back and forth from Honduras. I would, after school, after the school season, my mom would fly me to Honduras and I would spend all summer there and then she'll bring me back. And we did that for I don't know, 10, 15 summers. And, seeing those pilots and seeing these, I'm so young, seeing these huge airplanes, I was just in awe. And I was like, I want to learn how to drive one of those or fly one of those or whatever. So I wanted to be a pilot at 10 years old.
Okay. All right. Besides the Houston Congress, if you could have one Congress you would be at right now, what would it be?
Miami Salsa. I love Miami. I would never say no to Miami, bro. Like if you tell me, hey, bro, we're going to Miami, I'm down. I'm down. I love the vibe, the beach, the drinks. I love Miami, bro. So it'll definitely be Miami Salsa Congress.
All right. If you could dance with one follow right now, who would it be?
Good one. That's a good one. And you know what? I like you said that because I think you have on your list, on the list for this month. And I always saw her on social media, and I always say, and she ironically she's from New York. Yeah. I wanted to dance with her, and I finally got a chance to dance with her twice actually when she came down here for the NOLA SBF. Michelle Morales.
Okay. Big shout out.
She's dope. Love her energy. Love her follow. Follow her on Instagram and all that. And like I said, finally got a chance to dance with her twice when she was here, and it was awesome. Awesome dance. Yep.
Okay. Well, if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Flying. Like I said, going back to the pilot thing, man, dude, when I travel and I'm up there in the sky, bro, nothing matters, bro. There's no virus, there's no racism, there's no fighting, dude. When you're up there looking at the land, at the planet, bro, there's nothing, all the problems and issues and money issues that we have and relationship issues, bro, none of that exists up there, bro. Love it. So if I could have any superpower, I would have the ability to fly so I can just get away from life stress, man.
Okay. I love it. Next question is, if you could describe yourself in one word, what would it be?
Genuine. I say that. Genuine.
I agree.
Genuine. I try to be as humble as I can, bro. I try to be as real as I can. I wear my heart on my sleeve, sometimes to a fault. I'm not gonna lie, but I try to, I don't. There's just so much going on in the world. There's so much already stress and plus I don't want to add to the statistic. You know what I'm saying? Because I am walking around with this black skin, so when people see me, black guy, and see what's going on. So I try to be as humble, as genuine, as nice as I can be. Just not only for myself, but to represent others who look like me and you. You know what I mean? Because people will stereotype one person. They'll categorize just because you act in a certain way. They think everybody who looks like you acts the same way.
Yeah.
So I try to be as genuine and as real as I can, man.
I love it. I definitely appreciate that answer. My next question would be, what is a special talent that many people wouldn't know you have?
Ooh, good one. Wow. Special talent. Oh, that's a good one. I don't know. I could cook.
Okay.
I'm not like a 5-star chef,
Well,
but you'll be impressed with what I can cook up for you, bro.
all right, for sure. I
Yeah,
like that answer. I'll definitely hold you to that when I go back
let's
down to
do it.
New Orleans.
Let's
So
do it. Yeah.
last question would be, say for instance, you got a friend never been in New Orleans. What is and I would say this is kind of a two-part question is
Okay.
what's if they said I want to go to a bar, what's the first bar you're taking them to? And if they said I want to go eat, what's the first place you're taking them to go eat?
Bar. I'll definitely take him to one of my places that I fell in love with. It's called Dat Dog. It's a
That
New
dog
Orleans creative
Nola,
place.
the best dogs ever. And I'm sorry. I mean,
You been there?
I've been going there since like the beginning, since it opened. Like that thing
That's
is
what I'm talking about.
the alligator, sausage dogs, everything.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, man. Yes, yes. That dog is a spot. I was actually there last night with the wife.
I love it. Right on that
Love that
corner.
spot.
Right on that corner. I think it's in Frenchman, if I'm not mistaken, or is it in Bourbon?
Yes. Yes, it's on Frenchman. They got another one on Magazine.
Yep.
And then Ferret Street.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, definitely. Good memories, definitely from that dog.
Yes, sir.
And then
what was your second question?
The other one was for the bar. What
the bar? Man, I mean, I gotta take them to my stomping grounds, Moe's, man.
emotional?
I have to.
And I would say this: I had a rude awakening when I realized people party on a Sunday night.
Y'all don't do that up there?
I mean, I don't. I mean, I know people that probably do, but I didn't realize, like, you know, I would literally go to New Orleans and have to go to work have to get on the plane on Monday. And they're like, yo, we're going to go to Moe's and then you can go to the airport from there. And I'm like, wow, I've done it many times and I'm getting a little older. I might try it one more time, you know, but, you know, I definitely say Moe's is the place. I can't lie. No matter what.
You, look, for everyone who's looking, look, this ain't, look, Moe's on a Sunday will be way more popping than your regular club on a Saturday or Friday night. I'm telling you, Sunday's the spot, man. I mean, Moe's on a Sunday night. You'll think, you know, not that many people is going to go because they got to work tomorrow. We do not care down here, bro. No. We party. You feel me?
But I can't lie to you. I got to give a shout out to that food truck that would be right outside.
Yes. Taco truck outside? Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. And you know, honestly, it's really I'm thankful that from start to finish from our conversation, and I appreciate you doing this segment. For me, just like really reflecting on everything from start to finish, I've appreciated a conversation again because for what New Orleans has done so much for me over the years and my growth and progression as a dancer, as an artist, New Orleans has given so much back to me. So now having artists like yourself who have grown within the community and now having the opportunity to create something of your own, spreading that awareness is what and why I do this. Because again, as you talk about how much fun it is, you also talk about the toll it takes to have these type of events, to stay relevant, to stay consistent, because that's something I constantly reiterate on here is that I've seen a lot of artists kind of just wither away and walk away from this world and this lifestyle because this virus in particular, especially, has shown the vulnerability. But realizing I feel like there are brighter days ahead, some more normalcy coming. And, you know, for me, I do see that New Orleans' future is going to be bright, as much as just from the outreach of having people like Tropic 5 with Dejan and Chloe, but also events like yours and others that are, you know, continuing and persevering through it all. So for me, I'm really thankful, Genaro, that I could have you on today. And, you know, of course, I know you're a busy man, and I would like to, you know, just before we go is ask if you had any last few words for myself and the audience, and also contact info on maybe how people can reach you, seeing what you're up to next.
No, for sure, man. But firstly, I want to thank you, man, for allowing me to be on your platform, to allow me to, you know, show my brand. You know what I'm saying? And tell my story, man. It's been a while, and you know, I know a bunch of your audience doesn't know me. So thank you for allowing me to express myself on your platform and just, opening more eyes to me and what we're trying to do down here in New Orleans group. So I definitely appreciate that, man. And no, man, and like I said, dude, this is always about the community, man. Like when I first started, I was punk little kid, big head, all about me, me, me. But growing into this community and seeing how genuine that, there really are good people in this world,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get back, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I make from socials and whatever I make from my classes and my privates, all of that goes back to the community, man. Like I said, whether through gear, equipment, merchandise, all that goes back because I want to get back because, like I said, social dancing has literally changed my life, man. Like, honestly, like I said, I was always in the club and the bars doing stupid stuff, man. And starting this, man, I'm super grateful. I met a lot of new people, good people, genuine people like yourself included. I mean, I've have so many friendships now. I can literally go to a whole new state and not have to worry about staying at a hotel somewhere. Not, saying, and I get treated, going to their state, and it's just amazing, man. So the community, the dance community all over the world has given me so much and literally changed my life, man. I just want to give back, man. And I appreciate you doing that for me, allowing your audience to get to know me and sharing my story here on your platform. But it continues, man. Like I said, I'm doing big things, man. I'm getting into cinematic filming and all that stuff. So I'm gonna be recording and stuff like that. You can find my work on YouTube at hashtag Clips by NAYO TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, that's Clips by NAYO TV. On Facebook, same thing. Go to hashtag. I have a group there. We're going on 500 group members. Let's keep pushing that. Let's get to 1,000. Let's go. I said, why not? Same thing on Facebook. You want to look me up and look what we're doing here in New Orleans? Hashtag Clips by NAYO should be the first one. Easy. On Instagram, same thing. Hashtag. On Instagram it's not hashtag, but just Clips by NAYO. You know what I mean? So you can find me on everything, just Clips by NAYO. You know what I mean?
Definitely, man. Thank you, Genaro. Honestly, everyone, again, check out Clips by NAYO as well as Clips by NAYO TV on YouTube. And again, I'm thankful to have you on representing New Orleans, representing Clips by NAYO. But again, just representing the art of being genuine and still continuing to persevere and reinvent yourself. So again, Genaro, I thank you for coming on. I thank everyone who's been able to tune in and also those who will be listening in the future and realizing that New Orleans has so much more to come. And everyone, thank you. Everyone stay safe and I will see you soon and be